All right, the second part of this read, I'm going to go ahead and bring it out. I'm going to pause it right quick and go and blow my nose. All right, sorry about that. I'm back. Images from Jack Lemoyne's. Besides the cartographer Arnoldus Montanus, Jack Lemoyne's is more of an iconoclast, and he won't show you the real detail and specific images, which are true. But a Bobcat clan member, this war leader wears a Bobcat pelt on his head that signifies he is a member of the Bobcat clan. Excuse me. I painted the bright red background, okay, and brightly painted dead skin to emphasize the energy still associated with this old tribal member. As he gazes at the viewer, he recalls the changes he has seen with the arrival of the European. Artifacts and objects, Bobcat pelt head, fish bladder ear decorations, painted deerskin. This is him. And as we know, these people are our color. They're liars. Let me go. The natives of St. Augustine and San Mateo are very treacherous and deceitful, especially since they feign friendship with the Christians for their immediate ends. If they are not given food, clothing, or iron axes, and other presents when they come to the forts, they leave in a great rage, go on the warpath, and kill any Christians they encounter. So we was what you call it, extorting them. They overpowered us. They got slicker than us. We were supposed to extort them and enslave them, but instead we were fascinated with them. Hold on. Let me continue. This girl is not my cousin. Freshwater Timucua. What the hell? That sounds like freshwater catfish and saltwater catfish. Why they? As we know, the name Timucua means enemy. So these are not the original names of these people. This young woman lived inland from northeast coast of Florida in the 1560s. A chief was described as using face paint. Red face paint was one way to recognize a tribal member. The tattoo designs are based on her tribal pottery. I painted the soft, muted pastel colors in the background to indicate sky and water without a distracting background. I felt the viewer would connect more easily with her picture. Please forgive me for my cousin looked like that too. It's another look, man. These people look like people in my family. A lot of indigenous people, not just the Timucua. But please forgive me for reading. Um, his description on how he painted and why he painted it. I'm just reading the page just so you know. But artifacts and objects, hawk feathers. There are hawks around here. I always see them. And you always see their feathers, and you always see. There's a lot of animals around here, deers, everything. Um, red ochre face paint, egret feathers. There are egrets here. Tattoos, shell beads, painted feather, blue jay feather, copper disc, and shell pendant. There's a whole lot of red and blue jays. Native priests always carry with them a bag full of herbs and drugs to treat diseases, for they love women and girls very much, whom they call daughters of the sun. Okay, that means these people aren't as light as you see them, even though we are different color shades, but we know what it is. Gathering coquinas, I don't know what that is. I believe it's some type of shellfish. Oh, and just so you know, um, there are, you know how you see those, how the indigenous people, us, we used to put shellfishes and shells in different layers of soil. We used to stack them up to make little mounds out of them. There are literally a whole bunch of shellfish mound like things, or whatever you call them, everywhere around this city. Everywhere. You can just travel in the woods and plus we see them pulling them out the ground. Man, these things are everywhere. This maiden gathers coquinas, which will be boiled for a tasty broth. Coquinas are brightly colored bivalves that live in a surf-pounded tidal area of beaches. Their shells make up a large part of some shell mounds. Okay, I didn't even know it was coming up on it. On Florida's east coast and along the St. Johns River. From an artist's view, this painting was one that just fell into place, perhaps because the model I used is an old friend and a professional archaeologist with a very long, beautiful flowing hair. Man, these demons, man. Artifacts and objects. Fish bladder, ear ornaments, Spanish moss skirt. Why is it Spanish now? Whatever. Shell bead bracelet. These people neither sow nor plant any manner of thing whatsoever, nor take care for anything but what the barren sand produced. Okay, these people are straight up liars. They did plant and sow and grow corn. They were very, very, very agricultural, especially from some of the other tribes who are southern, which are the Calusa, who are not too agricultural because they were war Indians. I'm gonna continue. The traders. This painting depicts an Indian family from the interior of northeast Florida as they leave a coastal village. This family has just traded alligator and otter skins for shell beads. Tribes traded with each other all across Florida. I depicted this family in a shallow coastal stream as an example of how these people interacted with the environment. The warm colors convey a feeling of relaxation and peace. He basically just iconoclast them a little bit. Artifacts and objects: shell ear ornaments, shell bead bracelets, armbands, necklaces, and ankle bracelets. I don't think these reservation Indians even do this. I see more project females doing this than them, or just jazzy females. You know what I'm saying? Not call them projects, but jazzy females and whole women who of our kind who like to look nice adorn themselves with other than the adornments they were born with. But bone hairpins. I don't even see these reservation Indians using hairpins. It's a lot of the stuff they lying about. But shark shark's teeth, ear ornaments, tattoos, shell pendants, blue jay feather, dragonfly. By the way, the river San Mateo, St. John's. Okay, San Mateo is St. John's River. That's about 30 minutes from him. One may go to Tocobaga on the other side of the Florida to the west, so Tocobaga was on the other side. And there's no difference between these groups. The imagery, they have a lot of similarity. Um, Generations. This stoic and proud warrior wears a panther headdress as a symbol of high military rank. His son holds a bow with which he will learn to shoot small animals. This training will in the future be an important skill for the survival of the tribe. I think all fathers can relate to this painting. This painting has a colorful, strong central figures that contrast with the vibrant green in the background that gives the painting a strong dynamic movement. Okay, this is the painting, man. Iconoclast, of course, and this was sold for almost $5,000. These crackers are the devil. Artifacts and objects: hawk and blue jay feathers, panther skin, face tattoo and paint, shell and pearl beads, scallop shell pendant, river cane, arrows, copper breastplate, body tattoo and paint, olive shell beads, copper disc with a turkey feather, painted deerskin loincloth, raccoon tail, deerskin pouch with hawk eye design. All right, the children, for instance, when they are 3 years of age and even less, in fact, as soon as they are able to walk, are moved by their natural inclination and by the sight of what their parents do to ask for bows and arrows. Excuse me. A fisherman examines his bow and arrow point prior to shooting at a fish in the tidal waters of northeast Florida. The arrowhead is secured to the shaft with pine resin and further secured by binding with rawhide strips. Rawhide is cowhide, in case you didn't know. Excuse my sniffling and all that, man. I'm just trying to get this information out. I painted the background as a neutral color, focus on being the painting a good example of how it works. So I'm gonna put this up here, man, but I'm just gonna let you know I'm talking a lot of shit. Artifacts and objects: bald eagle, bone hairpin, pelican feathers, body paint, copper disc, ear ornament, shell bead, necklace, deerskin, shark tooth pendant, and carved bone arrow. And just so you know, we have bald eagles in this state, also golden eagles. Um, the bald eagles are damn near extinct, and the only place you're gonna really see bald eagles are out there at waste management, where it is a big ass garbage dump. They ruin and destroy the lands. They brought their fish in their little boats to which our poor soldiers were obliged to go, and very often to strip off their own shirts to have one fish. This is Fort Caroline here in St. Augustine. I'm coming right back at you on the next one.